Hello friends, here in this video we are going to see a problem on sectional orthographic projections. For that, here is a question. It is given that above figure shows pictorial view of an object. Draw to full scale the following views: sectional front view along x direction, top view and right hand side view. So this is the object which is given to us, and here is the cut section. We'll go on to the cut section later on. First, looking at this object, now we have to draw sectional front view, top view and right hand side view. For that, at first we should know how much is the total length, height and width of the object. So when I am looking along x direction, the total length of the object is up to this diameter, which is the external diameter 60 mm. So that is the total length, because this plate, this line will be connected to the diameter. So the length is 60 mm. And I'll mention it here. That is, first we should know how much are the total dimensions. So the length is 60 mm. Next, to get the total height, if I can see here, the height from center to center distance, that is of this bottom cylinder and the top cylinder, the center to center distance is 80 mm. So this is 80. Next, the circle which is there at the top, outer circle, having diameter 40, so its radius from here up till here, that is 20. So 80 plus 20, that is 100. Next, from this center up to the bottom, the radius is 30 mm, because the outer diameter is 60. So after 100, this is 30. So height is 130 mm. And then the total width. So for the width, we have to look from the side. And here, if I can see, the total width is 70 mm. Now once I know the total length, height and width of the object, I can start with the problem. And since the method is not mentioned, either first angle or third angle, I will be using it or solving it by first angle, and just explain the spacing first. Because we have to do the spacing in each and every problem based on orthographic or sectional orthographic projections. At first, I am drawing a line, a light line. Now this horizontal line, which is light line, will be indicating the XY line. XY line, then there is VPHP. If the method is not mentioned, we have to solve it by first angle, and in case of first angle method of projection, front view is there in VP, top view is in HP. Now just by the location of side view, we will be knowing where to draw the side view and front view. For that, I'll show the diagram. And in this diagram, as arrow X is given here, so it means the side view is from here, that is right hand side view. Now in case of first angle, right hand side view will be drawn on left hand side. So looking from right hand side, drawing it on left side in VP. So here there will be the side view. Next, side view and front view are adjacent. So if side view is at the left side, front view will be on right side. And below the front view there will be top view. So first I'll draw the rectangle for the front view. And when I am looking along x direction, the length and height of the object is visible, the width is not visible. So drawing a rectangle corresponding to length 60 mm. and the total height is 130 mm. Now the total height is 130. Marking 130 mm. Drawing a light line through it. Now inside this rectangle I am going to draw the front view. Next, front view and top view are one above the other, like front view is in VP, top view is in HP, just below the front view. And when we are looking from top, just remember that the height of the object won't be visible. So when looking from top, the length and width are visible. Length I can get it from the front view. The width is 70 mm. So here is the length and width that is in the top view. I have to draw the top view inside this rectangle. Now for the side view, here I am selecting a point, and from this I'll measure an angle of 45 degree. Drawing a 45 degree line. Then when I am looking from side, in that case the width of the object and the height is visible, not the length. So height I can get it from the front view and width from the top view. Here I am projecting the height. Next, width will be projected from the top view. Onto this 45 degree line. So where it is cutting this 45-degree line, through these points I'll be projecting it up. Now here inside this rectangle I'll be drawing the side view. Now when we see this question, it is said that we have to draw the sectional front view. Before drawing the sectional front view, we have to keep this point in mind, that draw the plain front view first. That is, no need to show the section. I am assuming that this part is not there. And as I am explaining this, only this will be the question which will be given in the exam. This part is additional after cutting. This won't be given in the exam question. We have to just look at this figure and imagine how it will look after cutting. Now, when I am drawing the plain front view, looking along X direction, the first thing that is visible to me is this circle. Now here there are two circles, one having 60 mm diameter, other 40 mm diameter. So the center is at a distance of 30 mm from below, and exactly I can say that it is starting from right hand side. So here what I'll do is, first I'll mark the half of this. The length is 60 mm, so taking half of that, 30 mm. Joining these two points will give me the line, which is the center line. Then again taking the same radius, marking it here. Now through this point I'll draw a light circle. Then inside this circle there is another circle of diameter 40, so radius will be 20. So directly taking the radius 20 from this midpoint, inner circle. Then after this, these two circles are visible. Next, here this plate is having 25 mm length at the top, so this surface is also visible from the front view. So taking 25 mm length from the top corner, and projecting a light vertical line, Then here this surface will be seen as a rectangle of height corresponding to the external diameter, which is 40 mm. So it will go down by 40 mm. Next, drawing horizontal light line through it. After that, here this plate is having a length 15 from one side, so over this I'll mark 15 mm. And through that I'll be projecting a light vertical line. Light vertical line. Now this is the surface which is visible from side. Then here this rib, the portion which I am shading, that is also visible, and where it is connected when I am looking from front, this point will coincide with the center, so it is here at this location, and it is connected to this cylinder just above the center, so that will appear as a tangent. So I'll connect it in this way that it appears as a tangent. So this is the visible portion. Now when we are drawing sectional orthographic projections, we have to draw it plane first, that is without taking any of the sections. So here I have drawn it plane without taking the section. Next, inside this surface there is a circle having diameter 24, which again will not be visible from X direction, so it will be hidden throughout this 25 mm length. So I'll mark the center. This block is having a height of 40 mm, so at 20 I am marking the center. Projecting light line. Then internal circle having diameter 24, so taking 12 mm from one side, from the other. So this line will be hidden. Next, here I am keeping it light because I will be taking the section later on, and then I'll make it dark. Then after I have completed this front view, for the top view, when we are looking at this object from top, in that case the first thing that is visible to us is this block, that is we are observing it from here. So when I am looking from top, here this block is having a length of 25 mm and width will be corresponding to its diameter, that is 40 mm. So the same block will be projected from the front view to get its length. Then I'll take the center in the top view. Midpoints of both the sides, joining them will give me the center line. Now here this portion is having a width of 40 mm corresponding to its diameter. So measuring 20 mm on one side, 20 on the other side. So this is the block which is visible from the top. Next, after this block, here even this cylinder is visible from the top, and it will appear as a rectangle having width 70 and its length is corresponding to the diameter 60 mm. So length is here exactly 60 mm. This outer surface will represent the cylinder and its length is 60 mm, then width is 70, so this outer rectangle is representing the cylinder. After that, the rib is also visible from the top. It is having width 10 mm. So to get the rib, here I already have this center, so marking 5 mm on one side, 5 mm on the other side. Projecting a light line, projecting a light line. So here is the rib, and in the front view where I have connected it, I'll project that point downwards, which is here. So this rib will end at this location. Now front view, I cannot make it dark directly because here I have to do the sectioning, but top view can be made dark to avoid any confusion. So I am starting to make the top view dark. So here I am making the top view dark, and this outer rectangle represents the cylinder, so that will be made dark first. This is also a circular surface looking like a rectangle from the top. So here is the rib which is visible. Now once I have done up till here, then looking from top, these inner circles are not visible, so I'll have to project them. And in order to project them, here inside this portion there is a circle of 24 mm width. So from this center I'll measure 12 mm on one side, 12 on the other side. So I'll draw them hidden. Next, this inner circle can be directly projected from the front view. Here I'll draw this center line. This circle is there throughout, and even here. Now these are the circles which are hidden, so I can say that the top view has been completed. Now going to the side view. When I am looking from side, the first thing that is visible to me is this cylinder. That is, when I am looking from the right hand side, the cylinder is seen having width 70 and its height is corresponding to its diameter, which is 60 mm. So height I can get it easily from the front view. This is the height. Next, the cylinder will be seen completely as a rectangle. After that, this rib is also visible and the circular surface, this surface. So I will be drawing these two circles because they are visible, getting their centers from the front view, and in the side view that center will be exactly at the half of the width because the object is symmetric about this center line. So getting this center line and projecting its height from the front view. Now the radius we already have of the outer circle. and for the inner circle I can measure the radius from here and project this line up to the center so that I can get the radius. Then once I get these circles, now I'll draw the rib which is here. So width of the rib can be taken from the top view. So projecting the rib and where it is ending, that point I'll get it from the front view, ending at this location just above the center. And after that, along with the circles, here there is a plate which is behind. Now this plate is equal to the diameter of the outer circle in width, and its height I need to directly project it up to this cylinder. For that, I am getting it up to this cylinder. Now I can say that whatever the visible portion is there, that has been completed. Next only the hidden portion is left. So just going before that, I'll make it dark so that we don't have any confusions here. So the first thing would be to make the circles dark. Making the circles dark. Now, once I have reached up till here, then inside this cylindrical portion, there is another circle of diameter 40 which is not visible, so it has to be projected hidden. So I'll project it from the front view. That cylinder is throughout. Then even this cylinder, it is going behind the rib up to this portion, so it will be hidden. Next, drawing the center lines here. So here I can say that the side view has been done, but only one thing is left. This line will be extending throughout because it is there up to the bottom. So I'll be drawing it dotted. So now here I can say that the side view has been completed. Next, I'll be coming back to the front view, which I have to draw as the sectional front view. Now, once you have drawn the plain front view, the sequence is make the outline dark first and then look for the cut portion. So here I'll be making the outline dark. For that, this circle will remain dark where it is connecting the rib, that is up to this location. Up till here. Next, whatever the outlines are there, I am quickly making them dark. Now, once I have made the outline dark, now I'll explain how it is cut. See here, there is a section plane given, which is A. So we have to cut this object along this center line, that is the cutting plane. Now when the cutting plane is cutting this object, it is looking like this after getting cut into the section, that is with the help of the cutting plane. So when it is cut from the top, here it is a cylinder, so it will be seen as a rectangle, that surface. Next, when the cutting plane goes deep, it again cuts the cylinder, this plate and the rib. So this cylindrical portion, rib and plate, they come onto the same plane. Previously when it is not cut, they are on different planes indicated with the dark line. Then here when it is cut, they are coming onto the same plane. Finally, here when the rib is cut, if we see, the width of the rib is 10 mm, and remember this point, whenever the rib is cut into two halves along the width, in that case sectioning won't be there on the rib. So here the rib will remain plain, and then when it goes down, it cuts this cylinder, and when the thickness of the cylinder is cut, the sectioning will be looking something like this. So here I'll draw the surface in this way. That is, from the top, this will appear as a dark line, then another dark line. Next, this line of the thickness will be up till here, rib is here. Next, this plate will come up till here, and the circle will be extended up to this portion. So this is the cut section, and now once I have cut it, I have to show the section lines, because this is the convention. Whenever you are cutting any object, you have to show lines inclined at 45 degree over that. So here, after drawing this outer circle, inner circle will also be visible. And then I have to draw the sectioning here, and how to draw the section lines. For that, inside this drawing I have to draw 45 degree line, and sectioning will be there inside all these portions. That is, here I am shading. In this region sectioning will be there, in this region, here as well, inside this circular part. These are the shaded region inside which I would be doing the sectioning, because the object has been cut. So this is the shaded region inside which the sectioning should be done, and for that I'll require an angle of 45 degree. So with respect to any point inside the drawing, I am taking 45 degree angle, joining a light line through this point. Then parallel to this light line, I will be drawing the section lines. Hence remember, section lines are medium dark lines, so they should be lighter than the outline. Here I am using black color for the dark line, red will be for medium dark line or the sectioning lines. So I am starting the section here. These lines should be equally spaced, inclined at 45 degree. So here is the section lines which I have drawn and inclined at 45 degree, and these lines are the convention. It means that the object is cut. Just by looking at these lines we can say yes that the object has been cut, and that section plane, for that the indication I am giving it in the side view. That section plane is AA, that is here I am going to cut the object, and after cutting I am going to look from this direction, draw it onto the other side, that is the first angle method of projection. So after drawing the section lines, here I'll draw the center line for this figure. And then once I have completed up till here, the sectional front view, top view and side view has been over. Now I'll just give the dimensions to this drawing, starting from the front view. Here these circles are seen, so I'll give the dimensions to them. And again the dimension lines also should be medium dark, lighter than the outline. Inner circle having diameter 40 mm. Outer circle having diameter 60 mm. This plate having a length of 25 mm. Here this block having 15 mm length. Then center to center distance has also been given here. Center to center distance is 80 mm. Then I'll give the dimensions in the top view. This rib has a width of 10 mm. This portion is having a length of 25 mm. The total length is 60 mm, which is nothing but the diameter of the outer circle for the cylinder. Then the width is 70 mm, total width. Then here this total width is 70 mm. After that, giving the dimensions for these circles. Outer circle having diameter 40 mm. Inner circle having diameter 24. Rib having width of 10 mm. Next, this portion. Fifteen mm on both the sides. Total height 130 mm. Total width 70 mm.